In 2017, the manufacturing industry and government joined forces to identify the challenges surrounding manufacturing productivity. This became the Made Smarter Commission, which continues to work with companies to improve productivity in the UK. Anila Dami spoke with the Made Smarter Commission's MD, Brian Holliday, to find out more.
Hi Brian, welcome. Thank you so much for speaking to us today. Let's start from where we are now. What would you say is the current state of play for UK manufacturing in 2024?
So manufacturing is a tremendously exciting sector. It's broad, it has many subsectors to it where we make cars, planes, food and drink products, chemicals and pharmaceuticals, for example. And although it's only 10% of the economy, I think it represents a tremendously exciting potential for our country, for people looking at careers, but equally for exports and for the products that we need and consume here in the UK. This is why National Manufacturing Day is incredibly important to highlight, the sector that we've got and the strengths that we've got. I think there is a need for us to think about our global impact, and using technology to catch up and be able to play on a world stage is incredibly important.
The UK is predominantly a services sector now. So how do you propose attracting people and skills to UK manufacturing to maybe level it up to the services sector?
I would like nothing more than to really highlight the benefit of a manufacturing job to people looking at their career choices. I mean, not only is it £217 billion of contribution to our economy, but it employs today 2.6 million people and pays wages that are 10% higher than the economy average. My hope is that we do a much better job of highlighting the tremendous range of jobs that are available in UK manufacturing. I'd like to see reform of the apprenticeship schemes that help young people earn and learn and find tremendously rewarding careers in manufacturing that I know are there. And many of those now are predicated on digital technologies. So it may be that young people find an interest or a background in gaming is perfect when it comes to the digital modelling of a production plant or a process in the future as well. So we've got to get away from thinking of manufacturing as being smokestacks and old lathes in a factory to thinking about an updated and more modern view of manufacturing as it stands today.
What challenges do you think small UK manufacturers face?
So small firms often are challenged with access to people at the moment, access to finance and access to technology. Many of them perhaps aren't necessarily aware of how to take a next step in becoming more resilient or productive or competitive through technology as well.
And how can Made Smarter help with those challenges?
So Made Smarter can help because it has regional experts, people who are able to go and work with small firms, to walk the factory floor, to run workshops, to understand where to prioritise an investment. And although it's technology oriented, the benefits can actually be felt in being more productive, perhaps more competitive in the way that firms design and make things, but also more sustainable, helping small firms to perhaps reduce the carbon footprint or reduce material usage. So all of these things can be outcomes from a Made Smarter intervention.
What are some of the innovations and impacts coming out of the programme?
Well, the impact has been huge. There have been over 1,700 interventions for small firms to date and over 700 grants issued. But those grants are making a tremendous difference to firms like Beverston Engineering in Liverpool because it's enabled them to instrument their factory, create a smart factory using sensors, and that's helped them report a 20% productivity improvement, a 10% reduction in carbon emissions, and a 72% reduction in planning and reporting times. So small interventions, small grants actually having tremendous business impact.
And finally, what does the future look like for UK manufacturing?
I think the future is a tremendously positive one for UK manufacturing. We've got a new government with an industrial strategy. We've got support in government for the Made Smarter programme, and that to me is an ideal innovation gateway for firms to recognise what can be invested in, how can they think about skills, leadership, technology investment. All of those things could create virtuous circles for them to go on and invest more, helping them with productivity, competitiveness and resilience through technology. But I think if we are to embrace that industrial strategy and think about these skills, innovation, investment topics, then I think that we will see the sector, the manufacturing sector improve, and we'll treat it as more important than perhaps we have done in the recent past.